Good day, dear colleagues. My name is Andrei, and the topic of today's laboratory work: processing text streams in Linux. What topics will we consider today? And the concept of standard input and standard output of a process, redirecting standard output to a file, process input-output communication using the output of a process as a parameter of another process. I would like to briefly recall what was said in the lecture. The main interface in Linux operating system is the console interface with text input and output. It determines the approach to managing operating system objects in their textual display. For example, the state of process is displayed as a set of text file in the pseudo file system/proc. Information about events in the system is stored in text log file, and settings for individual packages are stored in text configuration files. This makes it necessary to master the tools for working with text streams in order to solve further operating system management tasks. Any process always has three files open by default: stdin, standard input keyboard; stdout, standard output screen; and stderr, standard error message output to the screen. This and any other open files can be redirected. In this case, the term redirection means get the output from a file, command, program, script, and pass it to the input of another file. Descriptors of file open by default: O equals stdin, 1 equals stdout, 2 equals stderr. Command greater mark file directs standard output to a file. The contents of the existing file are deleted. Command double greater marks file redirects standard output to file. The stream is appended to the end of the file. Command 1 / command 2 redirect the standard output of the first command to the standard input of the second command, equals forming a pipeline of commands. Let's get practical, and I'll show you something that will help you complete the laboratory work. I will use Kali Linux operating system. You can use any operating system as you wish. Open the command line. To create a folder, use the mkdir command. Let's call the first laboratory, the file laboratory directory. Go to this directory and create file. The command we need is touch, and let's call it paste. We need to open this file in some text editor. I will use Vim. You choose the editor that you like best. For example, let's write a script that creates a file and writes the text below my first script. We use the bash command interpreter, so we create a shebang, a sequence of two control characters, hash and exclamation mark, at the beginning of the script file. The program loader considers the rest of the line after the shebang is at the file name of the interpreter program. The loader runs this program and passes it the name of the script with the shebang as a parameter. Then we write bin, bash and our script. We write echo, echo, to transfer a script. We write in quotes the greater mark and the name of the file where we transfer. The file will be created by default. We write a colon, W and Q, record, write and exit. By default, this file created as non-executable, and the script will not run. To make it executable, you need to add a permission to execute the file. Command chmod plus x and file name. Let's check. We can see this file became green. We launch this script dot slash and the file name. We can check how we can see our file is created. Let's see. Our text was written there. One more thing about this to check the execution of the last script. You need to enter the command echo $, and question mark. The output is should be 0. Excellent. The output is 0, which means our script worked successfully. Otherwise, the output would be 1. And last but not least, let's look at redirecting a command to another command. This command will pass the output of ls, the contents of the current directory, to the ls program, which displays the date passed to it line by line. As a rule, ls displays the contents of directory in a row without breaking them into lines. If you redirect the output of ls to less, the later command will split the output into lines. Good. As you can see, a pipeline can redirect the output of one command to the input of another, unlike greater and double greater, which redirect data only to files. What you will need to do in the laboratory work? You need to create 3 scripts. First, main, perform the task. The second, test, check the correct operation of the main one. The set, reset, return the system to its original state so that the process of executing script can be started from the beginning. The task of the main script of created file, for example, my file, write it using the appropriate commands: system data, current working directory, username, name and version of the operating system kernel. The test script should check for the presence of the file and display its contents. The set script deletes the file or reports its absence. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.